Hello and welcome to another episode of the DeFi Atlantic podcast, or shorts, however you want to call it, because I don't think it's a full length podcast. My name is Fidel, and today we are sitting with Bitcoin and Fear and Greed Index at 39. So we are at fear, and I'm going to explain that a bit. Just to let you know, today is September 29th and it's 7:17 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Bitcoin is at 114,152. Ethereum is at 4,223. BNB is at 1,032. Solana is at 213.64 and XRP 289. XRP may break the $3 barrier soon, maybe even get to 4, but it's going up. Bitcoin season is kind of here, but not really. And I'm going to explain that. Still a market cap of 393 trillion, a volume of 183.23 billion. Now, let's get into this. This is a 39% fear and greed index. The reason why this is happening is right now the United States government is going on a shutdown, so people gonna have to wait how the markets react to that. A lot of people are selling, and a lot of liquidations happened last week for Bitcoin and Ethereum contracts. So we're gonna have to wait what the decision is in the United States and see how the markets react. So having that said, one play that I think people should do, and it's because it's at a all-time high right now. It's not Bitcoin, which is it's not Ethereum, it's not BNB, which BNB is actually at an all-time high, as we're talking about, but is gold. Gold is at an all-time high. Gold is at 3,833. Now, you're saying, well, this is not Bitcoin. How do I buy gold? Well, you can buy gold on chain. Things like Paxos and Tether, they have gold, and there are other stable coins that are matched to gold. So you don't have to get a full bar of gold. You can get $100, $10 worth of gold, $50 worth of gold with it on chain, which is the great thing. If not, then you will have to go, to Gold Bond or to a place that say they buy gold and silver and stuff like that. But on chain, you can do that if you are in exchanges like Binance. I think Coinbase has one. A couple of exchanges do have Paxo Gold and Tether Gold, and there's a couple of them. There's just more than one actually, so you can actually take advantage of that on chain. So that is a play right there. It's at an all-time high. Again, this is because of fear and uncertainty going down, as the US dollar is not losing ground, but a lot of stable coins are coming up. The macroeconomy in the United States is a little bit shaky. It's a little bit uncertain. So definitely that's a play that might be happening. And speaking of the United States, I am in Canada. And Canada, I don't know if you know this, has one of the toughest cryptocurrency rules. We're not behind, but we're not too ahead either. And I just saw this article on DL News. I don't know. This looks more like a PR release, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but it does cite certain things. Like, we don't have Binance. Binance left the country in 2023. And if you don't know, ZZ is actually a Canadian citizen. Again, he's born in China, but you can only have one citizen, and he chose the Canadian one, so he's a Canadian citizen. Paxos, which I just recommended, does not have a state in Canada, so they left. Bybit as well. And again, you can circumvent these things. I'm not going to tell you how you do it, but you can. But I'm not going to tell you how or why or if you should do it. But you can still access these platforms with certain things. But it seems to be like they are lobbying to get some regulations. Now, what are the regulations going to be? I'm not sure. And who knows? But definitely I feel like Canada should go more into crypto. They should have more federal rules so people can start getting into Bitcoin, especially because banks are getting into it. And again, I know banks here are a bit more stable. They have more stringent rules, but they still should have certain rules to to not be too bad at the time. Alberta is leading the pack because again, Alberta is a bit more liberal when it comes to economies and more, more libertarian, I would say, when it comes to that. But we'll see how that happens. And in other news, which again, I'll be on the lookout for this, Plasma. Plasma is a new blockchain that is only meant for stablecoins, and they have a stablecoins. They had a really big ICO lately. They raised, I don't know, I think 50 million, something like that. And their vault is attracting $3 billion in 24 hours. Now, I don't know about this. We'll have to see how this plays out. It's paying 20% API. That's a bit of a red flag there. Again, I'm not saying it's not true, but we've seen this movie before. When you see a really high APY, that somebody's gonna give you that much, something's up. Like you gotta figure out how are they gonna do this again, and it's doable. I know it's doable because there's certain people, certain companies that if you have a lot of money, and if you have a lot of money to invest, they can promise you those things. But again, this is for a certain type of investor. But for the regular person, 20% APY, it's a lot. And again, I'll see how this will play out. I am not necessarily saying something's up here. I don't think it is because again, this is very public. It's been all over the place, and people again, if 20% APY, you would put you would put your money there. It's better than any bank that you can imagine. It's better than that. So why wouldn't you have your money there? But we'll see. Now go to AtlanticDeFi.com and check out the article about gold and Bitcoin that we just had, and just see how they're correlated with each other, and how they both make sense now. And again, you can have them both on chain, which is great, like I said before. So check that out. Check out our newsletter and LinkedIn. Go to AtlanticDeFi.com, and we'll see you next week. Peace.